Hey, Desiree here with Soul Path Astrology and this week's Oracle card readings. So, welcome to video number 3 for card number 3. Also, just a heads up that this is going to be the last weekly series that I do here for a little bit. I'm moving my studio space and I just have a lot on my plate and need to make some arrangements, some I'm juggling. This is card 1 for me, actually, juggling my responsibilities. And so this is one of the ones I'm going to have to put on the back burner for just a little while. So enjoy this last reading. I hope that it lands well for you. Without further ado, this is what you got. Our Empress reversed. So really interestingly, I mean, these card readings usually apply to me pretty personally anyways, but this one is like these three together really seem to be landing. The Empress card is actually in many respects like the card 2, which was the reversed Pentacles. If you wanted the 9 of Pentacles, if you wanted to have a look at that. Even deeper though. So with Major Arcana, this is the universe like grabbing you by the lapels and shaking you like this. The Empress reversed is this invitation to recognize where maybe you are really needing to slow down, where you need to touch in with Mother Earth. Reversed, it's like, you know, where are you blocking yourself from your own internal nurturing, from being cared for, nurtured for? Are you overdoing it? Are you trying to overserve in certain areas? Are you serving from an empty cup? A lot of what I said for card 2 applies to this card, only even bigger and louder. So if there was any question, if this was your card, I suggest actually you listen to the other two because they probably are going to apply to you too. But this Empress is really asking you to notice where you're needing some self-care. Like I mentioned in the other two videos, we are approaching eclipse season. It is on the axis of Libra and Aries. And so this is the me, we axis. There is going to be a lot of stuff coming up for you guys that have to do with your relationships, with how you show up for them, how you fill your own tank, to what degree do you allow yourself to receive. You know, the Empress is feminine. This is about receiving. This is about the receiving wound, or the feminine wound that many people can have, especially women. But just collectively, there's been this sort of weird psyops that's been put out about how it's better to give than receive. But the reality is you do need to receive in order to give, right? And so there isn't a better than really thing here. I think that was maybe put out there with the good intentions of making sure everyone didn't turn into selfish cunts, but I think really the world is anyways, largely. So that message hasn't really worked, right? So this is really about, and I'm sorry for the C word, is just, you know, there is this selfish energy that is prevalent everywhere that really causes people to feel this sense of needing to stuff their own mouth, almost in this like panicked, addictive way of there not being enough. And the Empress card is inviting you into some practices that really teach you there is enough, and teach you to connect to those places where serving from a sincere and genuine place is what's called for. This isn't about people pleasing. This isn't about hustling for approval. This isn't about trying to gain value by making yourself artificially needed. This is about risking not being needed. You know, this is about risking self-care. This is about risking taking the time out for a sabbatical and not needing to show up and give something back. Like, that is a natural urge. This isn't something we need to be taught how to do. Being giving, being generous of spirit is natural. It's a natural way, and it bubbles up when you're full. And so this is about finding appropriate ways of filling your tank. This is about being in service to your creativity, because that naturally fills you, you know, with this desire to serve and with this natural mothering energy that isn't codependent, that isn't controlling, that isn't unhealthy, you know. And so this is what's coming up, is like, where are these places? Where are these places where your service is actually kind of distorted because you're trying to serve from an empty cup, or you're trying to make yourself needed so that you feel valuable, because underneath it you feel profoundly unvaluable or unwanted, right? And where, on the other hand, when you do serve, does it feel so nourishing and so sincere and so genuine? And how can you cultivate more of that? This is about really coming home to your honest, authentic self, serving from that place and learning where it's appropriate to say yes and where it's appropriate to say no. And just trusting that, trusting that equilibrium, trusting that balance. So I hope that landed. I did these a little longer because they are going to be the last ones for a while. If you do want to deep dive and really, really dive down and find out what's going on here for you, create a sacred space for you to figure that out for yourself. That is the sort of thing that nourishes me too. And so this would be a win-win. You can find the link to my calendar below so we can set up a time to do that and just really find, what is it that lights you up? How can you serve from a sincere and genuine place? And where are those blocks? Where are those fears? Where is that resistance you might have around doing so? And let's bring some light and love to those places. Okay. Hope that landed. As always, you guys enjoy yourselves, enjoy your weekend. Hang on for the eclipse season. There's likely going to be some big waves, and that's all good. And that's it. Okay. Bye for now, you guys. Love you.